The first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to bring in this Bootstrap reboot thing. So I'm going to import Bootstrap reboot from Bootstrap, and that's just going to reset some styles for us to make things look a little bit better generally, but we've got a long way to go. So the next thing I want to work on are those buttons. So we're going to bring in this button component from our components lib, and then let's go to our components lib, and this is where we're going to create our own styled buttons using emotion styled. So let's go ahead and make a button with styled button, and I'll use the object form here. I'm going to grab these styles and move them right up, and then with those I can export this button down here at the bottom and save that, save this, and then I'll grab anywhere where I'm using a button right down here, and let's see, where else are we using buttons? The register button and the submit button for both of these are all going to be our own custom styled button. So now things are looking a little bit better, but we do want to have a difference between that login and register. See, that one's a primary, that one's kind of a secondary. So let's go back to our lib here, and we're going to add some dynamic styles to this button. So the way I want this to be used is I want to be able to say variant secondary, and then I should be able to say variant primary, except I'd rather have that just be the default, so we won't put that on there. We'll also have a variant secondary on that button as well. And then let's go ahead and make that magic happen. So we're going to take the second argument to this button, and we're going to make this argument dynamic. So you can pass any number of arguments here as additional styles, and they'll all compose together, and any of these can be a function. So here this is going to take the props that I'm passing to the button, and props.variant is going to be either secondary, or if we want to have it default, then I'll just destructure variant here and default it to primary. And so with that variant, then I can apply these different styles based on the value of variant. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to make a button variance right here. We'll have a primary, and then I'll grab the primary styles, bring those up, and then we'll also have a secondary, and we'll grab those secondary styles and bring those up, and then we can say button variance at variant, and that's how I'm going to determine what variant of styles I should be applying to my button. So let's take a look. Hey, things are looking pretty good. Yeah, pretty good indeed. So we've still got lots of work to do here, but let's go ahead and take a quick break and review what we've got so far. So the first thing that we did was pretty quick and easy. We just imported a reboot file here. This is known as a global reset that just kind of resets a bunch of styles in our application to make things a little bit more consistent across browsers. And then we created a button styled component here with some default styles for every button, and then some different variants for the different types of buttons. And we use this second argument here, but that actually doesn't really matter which one comes first, except for the fact that whatever comes later will win in the event of a conflict. So if I were to set a color right here to blue, then everything is going to have the color blue, which is not desirable. So if we move this down now, then the color will get overridden by the color from the variants. So the order does matter, but you can make any one of these arguments a dynamic set of styles. So now with that button, we exported it down here at the bottom, and then we imported it up here in this file, and then replaced all of our buttons with our own styled button. And now things are starting to look a lot better.